Hi, ASCO members. Thank you for inviting me to submit this personal message to John Flanagan as this year's awardee of ASCO's Lifetime Achievement Award. I was asked to talk about John's many accomplishments. I was preparing a script and it was getting really long, so I decided to really just kind of focus on the last 5 years and some of the highlights. Not the least of which was the $50 million naming gift from the Herbert Wertheim Foundation. John also received the highly prestigious Berkeley citation just a few months ago. These are not given out easily on the Berkeley campus and are really primarily for faculty who have gone beyond the call of duty and have exceeded the standards of excellence in their field. Um, there were several other awards, just to name a few. John was awarded Dean of the Year by the National Optometric Society, Optometrist of the Year by the Alameda and Contra Costa Optometric Societies. He earned a Certificate of Honor from the City and County of San Francisco, and he was in the inaugural cohort of the AAO's Hall of Fame. So suffice to say, John has been an extraordinary leader and advocate for our profession. On a personal note, I would just like to extend my heartfelt thank you to John for all that he has done to support me in my leadership journey. I started my leadership role at Berkeley right at the beginning of COVID. The learning curve was very steep. We had a lot of associate dean meetings. We put out a lot of fires. We managed a lot of crises and made a lot of difficult decisions. And it was really a good opportunity to learn what good old-fashioned teamwork is all about. And through it all, I knew that John always had my back, and that really meant everything. A few other things that I just want to point out that I learned about John in my years of working with him. The first is that he will not take no for an answer. So if there's something that he believes in, he's going to fight tirelessly for it. He might not always win, but he will fight and he will know that he did everything that he could in order to win. The other is that John is a true clinician scientist. It's really difficult to maintain a research career as you're leading the school as a dean. He managed to do it. He continues to be a pioneer in the world of glaucoma research. And I am continuously impressed by his ability to balance the research and his leadership. And finally, perhaps most importantly, is John is completely devoted to his family, to Kathy and his daughters and sons-in-law, and not to mention his grandchildren. If you ever really want to see John light up, just ask him about his grandchildren, and he'll have plenty of pictures to show you. And in case you haven't heard, they recently welcomed baby Jack Raymond. So I'm sure he will be keeping Kathy and John busy for the next several years. So, John, congratulations. We've really all benefited from your leadership. And although you recently stepped down as dean, your legacy will live on, and we really miss you. And I'm looking forward to getting you back into the classroom where you can continue to support the profession and the education of our students. So, thank you, John. Congratulations.
This is Dr. Michael Harris. I'm a professor emeritus at the Wertheim Berkeley School of Optometry and Vision Science. I've had the pleasure and good fortune to work with John Flanagan in a number of different capacities during his tenure as dean, and it was my pleasure to give him my very highest recommendation for the ASCO Lifetime Achievement Award. John's leadership at the school in an optometric education is legendary. His many contributions to Berkeley optometry and ASCO are outlined in my letter of nomination and the supporting documents, including his service as president of ASCO. I want to use this opportunity to highlight John's unbelievable commitment and service to Berkeley optometry. As a faculty member for over 60 years, I've served under 10 deans. In addition, I've worked with dozens of other optometric leaders who became deans or presidents of schools or colleges of optometry, including 10 former students who have gone on to these lofty positions. My interaction with leaders at the highest level of optometric education gives me the perspective to evaluate John's leadership capacity in comparison to other great leaders. I want to use this opportunity to highlight two of John's many contributions to Berkeley optometry. First, he guided our school through the pandemic, where we were the only campus department to have students actively involved on campus. This was so they could hone their skills as students and fulfill their obligations and responsibilities as primary eye care professionals. Without going into detail, I can assure you that this was no easy task and was only possible because of John's strong leadership and the respect that he has on the Berkeley campus. Even during the lockdown, our students were able to complete their training and education in 4 years and graduate on time. Secondly, John was instrumental in getting a $50 million pledge from the Wertheim Family Foundation to enhance the school's teaching and research efforts. He's also been the leader in helping to secure the additional $50 million necessary to complete our satellite clinic and enhance our programs in pediatric vision and other enterprises. For more information on his many contributions, as I said before, please see my letter of recommendation and the supporting documents. John is able to work with faculty, students, the campus, alumni, and everybody involved with Berkeley optometry. He has an ease of leadership that makes him truly respected and admired. His service to Berkeley optometry is second to none. I am delighted to recommend him for the ASCO Lifetime Achievement Award, which he so well deserves. Thank you, and go Bears!